Welcome back to the Anti-Bureau Communication Evening News, where we may or may not be using communication during this television broadcasting. Unrest continues to increase. Towns across the country are beginning to anti-government protest. The death toll across the country has reached an estimated 1,000 people. The army is blaming gangs and terrorists. What is it that these protesters want? They are calling for democracy and freedom. Destiny! Freedom! In one of the most repressive countries in the Arab world. Mr. Assad refuses to step down. He has made a few public statements and has offered some concessions, promised reform. The 48-year-long state of emergency has also ended in April. While new constitution offering multi-party elections has approved in a referendum in February, as long as people continue to be killed, Mr. Assad's promise mean very little. Is there anyone even fighting for these people? The Syrian National Council is a united front supply of the protesters, and the Free Syrian Army is looking to down Mr. Assad. By force! The government force launches an offense on term. After nearly 2 months of intense bombardment, nearly 700 were killed. Syria is a major player in the Middle East. Chaos could affect Lebanon, Israel, and the Shia power in Iran. Who is an arch foe of the U.S., which could create dangerous Middle Eastern conflict. Well, let's just hope the issue is resolved. Sailing, sailing, I can sail with you. I can sail my little red boat down the ocean blue.
The UN Secretary has offered President Assad a 6-point peace plan, calling for a UN-supervised ceasefire by all parties, a political process to address the aspirations of the Syrian people, release of the detainees, delivery of aid, free movement for journalists, and the right to protest.
The Syrian government has agreed to withdraw security forces from populated areas by April 10th. General ceasefire within 48 hours. Content on withdrawal. It is now April 8th, and the Syrian Foreign Ministry announced there would not be withdrawal until armed terrorist groups had presented written guarantees of halt of all violence. FSA rejected demands claiming their fighters didn't recognize the government and refused to promise to lay down their arms.
President Assad is concerned about the economy weakening and collapsing, but even before the unrest, Syrians endured decades of high unemployment, widespread poverty, and rising food prices.
Tourism and oil has come to a halt now.
Unemployment has risen to more than 20% since the uprising began.
There have been electricity cuts and heating oil, milk powder, and other necessities are scarce.